The road from Babylon to Jerusalem was long and hot, stretching like a ribbon of hope through the dust of history. Among the many faces in the caravan, one man walked with a fierce purpose in his eyes, Azgad, a leader of his father's house, a name carried with pride through the ashes of exile. He was not a priest, nor a prophet, nor a warrior famed in song. But he was something perhaps more rare in those days, a man willing to return. Years had passed since Nebuchadnezzar's armies stormed Jerusalem. The city had burned, the temple had fallen, and the people had been dragged to Babylon in chains. For a generation, they wept by foreign rivers and hung their harps on the willows. But the exile would not last forever. For the God of Israel had stirred the heart of a foreign king, Cyrus of Persia, to decree that the exiles could return and rebuild the house of their God. And among those who answered the call, Azgad stood tall. He was the head of a family, a clan once broken but now rising. His name appeared among the registries in Ezra 2 verse 12, counted among the first wave of returnees. With him came 1,222 men, a number etched into scripture like a badge of honor. They followed him not just because of blood, but because of courage. Azgad had a choice. Like many others, he could have stayed in Babylon. Life there had become familiar, even comfortable. Businesses had been built. Children had grown up speaking a new tongue. The city no longer felt strange. But something in Azgad's soul longed for more than comfort. He longed for home, not just the land, but the presence of God that once dwelled in Zion. So he gathered his people. He loaded wagons with tools, scrolls, and stories. He whispered to the young about a city they had never seen. He reminded the old of songs they had nearly forgotten. And they journeyed. The trek was dangerous. Bandits prowled the wilderness. The heat was unforgiving. Food and water ran scarce. But Azgad led them on, each footstep pounding toward destiny. He was not just rebuilding homes, he was rebuilding identity. Israel was being born again, not in strength, but in obedience. When they arrived in Jerusalem, it was not what many had imagined. Rubble lay where the temple once stood. Wild beasts had made dens among the ruins. The city walls were breached, the gates blackened by fire. But Azgad did not despair. He had not come for what was, but for what could be. He and his clan set to work. They offered sacrifices. They joined hands with the priests, the Levites, the singers, and gatekeepers. They pledged resources. They raised altars before they raised walls. And slowly, stone by stone, their God-given dream began to take shape. Azgad may not be a name sung in many songs. He did not call down fire or part seas. But he carried his people across a desert, out of captivity, and into calling. His legacy is found not in miracles, but in movement, faith that walked. And because of men like Azgad, Jerusalem breathed again.